So, Sam, walk us through the game's basics. Could you explain the premise to us?
Well, it's kind of a silly question. It's pretty obvious from the cover art, which I'm sure you've shown already.
Oh, of course.
I mean, you play a princess and you try and rescue yourself instead of the other way, like, you know, the standard protagonist rescuing the princess.
So combat then is one of the most important mechanics in this game. In fact, it's one of the most important mechanics to any RPG, really. What should new players watching at home know about this game's combat?
It's really hard. You probably want to get the dual katanas straight away. Press up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, which it's kind of cheating. Don't do that. I mean, if you've ever played one of the Soul Calibur games, it's a lot like that.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to any of that. Could you just repeat pretty much everything you just said, really?
Don't cheat and play it like it's Soul Calibur.
Play like a Soul Calibur. And you think that's good advice for this particular RPG?
I hope so. I hope someone can get something out of that.
Okay. Play it like Soul Calibur. Never heard of it, but I'm sure it's good. In the rest of the game, then, let's move on from combat. In the rest of the game, players they will encounter quite a lot of crafting skills. Of course, crafting is quite a key component of the game. Could you please tell us what some of the crafting skills are and why anyone would want to bother?
Well, if you do alchemy, you can make lots of potions, and you can use the potions to basically like jump really high if you need to jump really high, or you can make poisons. You can poison your enemies, give them hives, that sort of thing.
Sorry, do you want to just stop?
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
I just want to touch your face.
I did comb before I came.
I just want to touch your face. Your hair's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I like your hair. I just wanted to.
Okay.
I'll become a few beard next. Just preparing yourself for that. So you were telling us about presumably something important.
You asked the question.
Could you continue?
Well, that kind of covers alchemy.
So I asked you about quite a lot of skills. We've covered alchemy and a few other things that I didn't ask about, but that's fine. So what are some of the other crafting skills?
Woodworking. You can work with wood, so you can make like a shield if you need to. But I wouldn't, because that's the easy way. Like,
no shield.
No shield.
Right.
Let's make a sword.
You think that's good advice for new players? No shield?
No shield. Yeah. Avoid the shields.
What would you do instead of a shield?
Dual katanas.
Dual katanas again, of course. That's what you said before, like Soul Calibur, whatever that is.
Dual katanas, I think is the best way. I mean, it takes a bit more skill to play that way, but it's way more exciting.
Right. So, in terms of the game's plot, obviously it's not the most important element. I mean, the point of the game is kind of the freedom to do whatever you want. For example, woodworking and dual katanas, as you've mentioned. But the plot, of course, is present. There is a plot. Could you describe the plot? Walk us through the story.
I mean, you can kind of almost make your own story out of what they've given you. When I play, as I said earlier, I play as a princess who's trying to save herself, but you could forgo that as well and do something else entirely. I mean, there's a lot of cool characters that are like really well voiced.
Who voices some of those characters? Anyone we know?
Anyone we know?
Yeah.
Do you know Gideon Emery?
No.
Oh, he's fantastic.
From Soul Calibur?
He might be in Soul Calibur. It wouldn't surprise me. There's also I always forget her name, and it's annoying because
It's frustrating when that happens.
Jennifer Hale is in there, but
Jennifer
she's
Hale,
in every single game ever released, so that's not a surprise.
That's a fact. Right back to Pong. She
yeah.
did the blips and blops.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, and she's overused now. She's been writing that success of Pong since
Pong, really.
Since Pong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? So back to the game we're talking about, not Pong, which of course, great game. No issue with Pong. Back to the plot of so we're talking about the story. You like to play as a princess, saving yourself. Ultimately, what's your goal, though? Like
escapism.
With the whole game, the plot. So everyone's going to have
not my goal, but the goal in the game.
Yeah. I would have thought that was obvious from the question, but that's fine.
The whole goal of the game really is to survive. It's a pretty dangerous world, and you're just trying to survive. Throws a lot at you.
Out there in the wilderness.
Yeah, I guess. I guess the wilderness is. Okay. Yeah, I mean the wilderness is trying to kill you.
It is. Yeah. Who's the villain? Who's the main villain?
Time.
Time. That's big.
It's pretty deep.
That
It's
is.
got a message to it.
I didn't know it had that message too, but it explains quite a lot about this game and why it's been around for so long. In fact, why it's been around since I think 2000 is when it was first released.
It's not that long ago.
That's 18 years. If you think about it, it's quite a long time.
Yeah.
It's older than me. But let's get back to
the slippers.
Yeah, let's get back. I mean, yeah. This is. What do you mean slippers? I'm not wearing slippers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's your actual
You're making
feet.
fun of my feet.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How is my beard here already stuck on there? That's...
I was clawing at your beard with my feet when you weren't watching.
Oh.
They have a mind of their own. I don't control what they do. I just hope they take me to where I want to go.
Okay.
Thankfully, where I want to be is here, interviewing you, preferably about this game, this RPG.
The feeling's not neutral.
That's fine. We'll talk to your manager about that. So, just kidding. He doesn't have one. That's why he's here.
I am my manager.
So, back to the game, because that's what we're talking about. So, I mean, you can either play this game for free or you can pay a membership subscription. So, I mean, is there any benefit to purchasing the reoccurring membership?
It supports the development of the game, and if
Actually,
you don't...
sorry. Let me just stop you there. Let's talk about something else.